Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for tonight's NBA slate on Wednesday, April the 10th. Now we've got 8 games tonight. It's a really interesting slate because a lot of teams are on back-to-backs. A lot of teams that played yesterday play again tonight, so there's going to be some guys that probably get ruled out. You're going to see potentially some rest, some injury management, guys getting ruled out for that. We already know that there's potentially a chance that Trae Young could return tonight, where there's a chance Karl-Anthony Towns could return tonight. So it's going to be a tricky slate. Right now, at the time I'm making this video, for it to be an 8-game slate, there's not like a ton of props on the board. And there's obviously, there's not a ton of props I love right now. I'm only going to give out 2 picks in this video, just because like at the moment, I don't see a ton that I love outside of the 2 plays that I found. And I didn't want to just force plays just to force them. So we got 2 picks. We're going to talk about these 2 plays, guys, share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos and if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks and if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up, linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. And also, we do have a partnership with Sleeper. You guys can check out Sleeper, linked down below in the description, or again, just use that promo code NOAH over there on Sleeper, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $500. Now, if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are a DFS pick'em app similar to Prizepicks. Really simple, easy to use. You pick over or under on player projections. You build out an entry. You're able to make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper. You're also able to win up to 100x your money. So if you do like to chase those high payouts, you can do that over on Sleeper. If you guys do want to check them out, again, use that code NOAH when you do sign up, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $500. Now, before we talk through our picks for today, guys, I do want to recap our plays from Tuesday's video. So we gave out 3 picks Tuesday. One of the picks was a James Harden over, and James Harden did not play Tuesday. So we gave out technically 2 picks, I should say, and the 2 picks that did play both hit. So Kelly Olynyk, less than 7.5 rebounds. Jimmy Butler, more than 31.5 PRA. Both those plays hit relatively easily. Hopefully you guys did tail and make some money. It was relatively sweat-free. I think Olynyk, he only had 5 rebounds. He played a ton of minutes and still didn't really come close to going over that line. And then Jimmy Butler did benefit from playing in double overtime, but he had gone over his PRA line, I want to say, with like 5 or 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So he didn't really even need the overtime period to go over. But both those plays hit, relatively sweat-free. Hopefully you guys cashed and made some money. As always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, I do provide more Prizepicks plays over on Patreon. You can check that out, linked down below in the description. It's $20 per month. It gets you access to all the Prizepicks plays, the additional Prizepicks plays that I provide outside of the picks I give out in these YouTube videos. Typically, I give anywhere from 4 to 5, sometimes 6 additional picks over on Patreon. And what I'll do is I'll post like a 5 or 6 pick flex entry, and then I'll say, okay, of all these picks, these are my 2 favorite plays, and then I'll play those in a 2-pick entry as well. So I give out usually 2 entries a day. Sometimes I'll give out more if more plays pop up. Sometimes when there's like a lot of games, obviously it's more likely that I'm able to find more plays when there's more games. On the smaller slates, obviously there won't be as many plays to like, but I do give out Prizepicks plays daily over on Patreon. Right now, just covering NBA. But as the NBA season starts to wind down, I'll start posting MLB stuff on Patreon. I'll start making MLB content on YouTube. So I do cover MLB. I'm right now focused on NBA, but I'll start covering MLB as the NBA season winds down during the summer. I'll be covering MLB every day. So if you guys do want to check out the Patreon, again, that's linked down below in the description. But let's talk through the picks that I'm liking for tonight, guys, for this Wednesday slate. So we got 2 picks. Again, it's kind of a small board for an 8-game slate, so I didn't want to force a bunch of plays. So of the 2 picks I like, the first one that I like is going to be an assist prop, and we're going to look at Donovan Mitchell, 4.5 assists, and I like the over here for Donovan Mitchell, so more than 4.5 assists. So let's talk through why I like this Donovan Mitchell prop. So Donovan Mitchell, he has been he's coming back from injury, or he's played, I think, 4 games now since he's come back from injury. We have seen the Cavs kind of rest him at times. I think they were on a back-to-back like on Sunday, and he didn't play Sunday on the second night of a back-to-back. But this is not a back-to-back for Cleveland. I don't think they play again until Friday. So Mitchell should be full go here. The only concern that I have in this game is that this game is a game that has a lot of blowout risk. Right now, Cleveland is favored by 18.5 at home here against Memphis. Memphis right now is running out like a G League squad. I mean, they just have so many injuries. All their best players are out. They're pretty much only playing like 8 guys a night because they only have like 8 available players a night. So this game definitely could be a blowout. But even in a blowout, we should still see Donovan Mitchell play like 28, 29, 30 minutes. Obviously, there's a chance he doesn't play in the fourth quarter, so he doesn't get that fourth quarter stint. But he's going to play, at least probably 28 to 30 minutes through 3 quarters. And if you look at Donovan Mitchell this season, when he's played at least 30 minutes, he's gone over this assist prop in 22 out of his last 25 games, playing at least 30 minutes. So typically when he gets, like 30 minutes, you can bet on him getting 5 assists. I mean, he's averaged 6 assists per game this season. I think the reason you're seeing his line lower is just because, one, it's a blowout. It's a game that has a lot of blowout risk, and 2, Donovan Mitchell is returning from injury. But if you look at his last 2 games, Mitchell has played huge minutes in his last 2 games. 38 minutes in that game against Phoenix, and then 38 minutes in that game against the Lakers. So the minutes have really started to trend up for Donovan Mitchell. They're pretty much back to normal. He's not on a minutes restriction anymore. I know this game does have a lot of blowout risk, but like I said, Mitchell should play probably 30 minutes even in a blowout. Maybe he might not play 36, 37, 38 minutes tonight, but he should still play probably 30 minutes even if it is a blowout. If by some chance Memphis keeps this game competitive, then we should see Donovan Mitchell play like 35, 36 minutes. And if he gets that many minutes, then I feel really good about him getting 5 assists. But even if you look at his last 2 games, like he's averaging 12 potential assists over his last 2 games. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland are going to be the 2 guys that do a lot of the ball handling. When those 2 guys are on the floor, those are going to be the 2 guys that have the ball in their hands the most, do a lot of the facilitating. And we will see the Cavs, they will stagger Mitchell and Garland. So Mitchell will get some time on the floor when Garland is on the bench. And you would expect Mitchell to really be able to rack up some assists, in that time. I know the blowout risk is a concern here, but this is a spot where Cleveland should be able to put up points with ease against this poor Memphis defense. I think Mitchell, he should be able to convert a lot of his potential assists in this matchup. If Cleveland does have an easy time scoring. So I know the blowout risk is a concern, but I feel pretty good about Mitchell getting 5 assists here, even if he doesn't get 36, 8, or 38 minutes. Even if he plays like 28, 29, 30 minutes, I think we still got a good chance at 5 assists. I mean, like I said, when he's played at least 30 minutes, he's gone over this assist prop in 22 out of his last 25 games. So like that is our first prop for tonight, guys, is Donovan Mitchell, more than 4.5 assists. And I was looking at some sportsbook odds. DK Sportsbook heavily favoring the over on this assist prop for Donovan Mitchell. DK, they have this line juiced minus 130, favoring the over. So, obviously we feel good about that too. You always love to see the sportsbook odds in your favor. So, like that is our first prop for tonight. And then the other prop I like to pair with that, we're going to look at a Chris Middleton prop. We're going to look at his points plus assist at 22.5. And I like the over here for Middleton as well. So, Chris Middleton will be benefiting tonight without Giannis. Giannis will be out. I think Giannis is probably going to be out for the rest of the regular season. This is the second night of a back-to-back for the Bucks, which is a little concerning. We have seen at times this season Middleton has rested on back-to-backs. I don't know if Middleton's going to rest today. I think Middleton's going to play just because, for one, Milwaukee needs to win games right now, and for 2, they don't have Giannis here. So even on the second night of a back-to-back, I think Middleton's going to play tonight, and I think he's going to play full minutes. He's been getting full minutes lately in competitive games. Like if you look over his last 6-7 games, he played 38.5 minutes against the Lakers. He played 33 minutes against the Pelicans, 36 minutes against Atlanta, 31 minutes against Washington, 34 minutes against Toronto. This game against the Knicks, he only played 13 minutes. I assume he left that game for injury, if I had to guess, or ejection or something. I'm assuming it was like injury. And then last night against Boston, that game was not super competitive, and Middleton still played 33 minutes. So I'm expecting Middleton to play 30-plus minutes here if this game is competitive. Right now, it has a 1.5-point spread going up against the Magic. Now, this matchup is not great. The Magic have been a very good defensive team this season, but this is a game that has a lot of standing implications. So if you look at the standings right now, the Bucks, they're currently the 2 seed in the East. They're pretty much, the Celtics have locked up the 1 seed, but the Bucks are currently the 2 seed. They're 2 games ahead of the Magic, who are currently the 4 seed right now in the East. So if the Bucks want to keep the 2 seed, they're going to need to win this game against Orlando. They're probably going to need to win most of the rest of their regular season games. So I'm assuming Milwaukee wants to get the 2 seed. I'm assuming they care about that, which means we should see them play this game as a normal game, as like a competitive game. We should see like 30 plus minutes from Middleton here. And if you look at what Middleton has done this season without Giannis, so he's played 5 games without Giannis. 2 of the 5 games, he was on a minutes limit though. He only played 20 minutes. But if you look at the last 3 games he's played without Giannis, 25 minutes against Phoenix, had 22 points and 7 assists. So he went over this line in that game. He played 33 minutes against Boston, had 22 points and 6 assists. And then the last game he played without Giannis was on April 5th against Toronto, played 34 minutes, had 21 points and 6 assists. So he's over this points plus assist line in all of his last 3 games without Giannis. Looking at the last game he played without Giannis against Toronto, in that game, Middleton had 12 potential assists, second most on the team. So he was doing a lot of facilitating, him and Damian Lillard. And if you look at the on-off splits this season, when Giannis has been off the floor, the 2 biggest beneficiaries by far have been Dame and Giannis. Dame and Middleton, I should say. So with Giannis off the floor this season, Middleton sees an 8.6% bump in his usage rate. Dame sees a 7.1% bump. Next highest guy is Bobby Portis at 2.6%. So clearly, the 2 guys that get the biggest bump in usage, really not surprisingly, are Middleton and Dame when you take Giannis off the floor. And Middleton's actually seen the biggest bump in usage with Giannis off the floor this season. He's been really good in the last 3 games he's played without Giannis. I know the matchup's a bit tough here, but this is a game that should be competitive. This is a game that means a lot for playoff standings. So I expect the Bucks come out here and really want to win this game. And if Middleton plays tonight on a back-to-back, I expect him to play 30-plus minutes. Maybe they limit his minutes, but I would be surprised if that happens just because I think this game is so important to them. So Chris Middleton, more than 22.5 points plus assists, is the second prop that I like for tonight, guys. And these are 2 props I'm liking for this slate for Wednesday, April the 10th. I know, again, it's an 8-game slate. Not a ton of props right now available even for an 8-game slate, but this is what I'm liking as of now. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I do provide more Prizepicks plays over on Patreon. If you guys want to check that out, if you want to see all that I do offer on Patreon, check that out. Linked down below in the description. It's only $20 per month, and that gets you access to all the additional Prizepicks plays I give out every day. My 5-6 pick entries I post on Patreon. Also, my favorite 2 plays of the day, my 2-pick entry. I'll post that on Patreon as well. Check that out. Linked down below. But that's all that I got for tonight, guys. Good luck on this slate. As always, appreciate you guys watching the video. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, if you guys don't have an account over on Prizepicks, sign up for Prizepicks, linked down below in the description, or use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. But good luck, guys. Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.